why going viral might not be the right strategy for you and your business. Hear me out. I'm seeing so many people talk about this on social media, and I'm like, thank you, like a breath of fresh air, that their reels are going viral, getting like millions of views, never happened before. And what they've noticed is that, yes, they're getting an increase in followers, but it's not increasing their sales per se. And what they end up seeing after a couple of weeks of a reel going viral is that they actually end up losing followers because why they came into their platform through that specific reel, they're noticing that maybe the rest of the profile doesn't really have that same kind of information or thing that attracted them to that profile. So going viral might not be the right strategy for you, because ultimately, if you're a small business owner, what do? You want to help people make sales, right? And going viral means that you are kind of casting a really wide net and you don't really know who you're going to get in that. If you are new here, my name is Anna Pautassi. I am the owner of Dreaming Big Lifestyle. I am a business coach and marketing strategist. And today I'm going to talk about why going viral might not be the right strategy for you. So I want you to keep this in mind, that although algorithms change a lot, no matter what platform you're on, like whether your platform is Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it is, they're always doing updates. They're always changing the algorithm on what it is that they want to push. They wanted to push more reels, so then the reels were performing better. Things like that, like they're really trying to understand the audience and what people are looking for. So they're constantly finding ways of upgrading and making changes to their platforms. Ultimately, what you want to be doing is building a community. Because what social media platforms, regardless of which one you're on, what they want is to keep people on their platform. So they want to keep people on their phones, on the app for as long as possible, because then they can serve them ads and it's really good for their stats when they're looking for funding and stuff like that, right? So social media, what they want, no matter which one you're on, is to keep people on there. So what does that mean for you? Okay, it means that you want to have a really engaged audience, because when your audience is engaged with your profile, it means that they're spending more time on the platform. The platform goes, whoa, Anna's Instagram profile, for example, is keeping people on here longer. Let's spread her posts to more people, because she's doing a good job at keeping people on the platform, which is what we want. So it's a win-win. What this looks like, if you can constantly remind yourself of this, is that you're going to beat the algorithm no matter how often it changes, because you have an engaged audience, which means that they're actually interested in what you had to say, which means that they're more likely to buy from you because what you're seeing resonates with them. And the platform likes you because you're keeping people on the platform. So it ends up being a win-win. So what does that look like? That means like creating engagement content that people are commenting on, sending you DMs, direct messages, saving, liking, all that good stuff. I would say that the metrics you want to look at is the comments and the saves. Those two are really big in terms of engagement. It makes the social media platforms like you, and it shows your stuff to more people, and your audience is very resonated with what you have to say. Like you see these accounts that have so many followers, like hundreds of thousands of followers, and they get 3 comments, and I'm like, how is that possible? That means like your audience is actually not that interested in what you're saying or what this post is about. So ultimately, if you're trying to sell something, whether you're an influencer or a small business owner, an entrepreneur, a side gig, doesn't matter. Like if they're not buying, something's not working here. You're not talking to your ideal client directly. So what I want you to think about in terms of posting that is going to get you some really good engagement are things like client profiles. So this is almost like a case study. It's a more common term, but it's really highlighting like why someone came to you, what you guys worked on, and then what the result was. Of course, confidentiality. We're not exposing anyone's name unless they're okay with it. But keep that in mind. That is what you want to do. It's like how my client went from making $0 to being fully sold out. You're also not making this up. This is based on your real clients, of course. Just got to say that. But it's what was the problem, what did you work on, and what ended up being the transformation, the result, the end result. Educational content does really well, like teaching, sharing, knowledge. Those do really good too. I've done some where I've kind of taken TV shows Like Friends, for example, there was a scene in Friends I was watching. I was like, oh, this is actually really great when it comes to small business owners and talking about finding your ideal client. So that was an educational piece, but I made it very relatable for my ideal client, who I think is someone that really likes the show Friends. And I basically broke down what it was that they were doing on Friends. It's like, yeah, I think it was something to do with Ross and getting like Girl Scout cookies. And he's like, yeah, he learned that his ideal client wasn't knocking door to door in apartment buildings because he kept being told no, or that they already purchased from someone else. So he realized that going to a college was a better way of doing it. I don't know if it was a college or a concert, but he noticed that like everyone at a certain time was hungry. So he would make a lot of sales because everyone was there wanting to get food. The other one is selling. Selling is always good. So when it comes to selling, think about the pain points. Like, what is your ideal client struggling with that your offer can solve or help them with? And what is it that they desire? What do they want most? And how can your offer help them get that? Those are really good for selling. And then asset content. These are things like your education, for example. I mean, like, I have 10 plus years of marketing experience, which is why I'm such a great candidate if you're looking for marketing services, right? Probably wouldn't say it like that, but that is an asset. Like, my past experiences, whether they're lessons or educational or certificates or whatever that is an asset. Or an asset could be something that's like shocking, like your unique point of view on something that's maybe different than what is being said right now within your industry. So maybe there's a trending topic in your industry right now that you're like, yes, but I don't agree with that, and here's why. Or yes, but that only gets you this far, and they're not really sharing the whole piece of it, and this is why. Those will do really well because people are going to be like, finally, a breath of fresh air. Someone's telling us the truth here, like I'm not seeing the same thing over and over again. Someone's talking about it differently. Okay? So keep in mind that going viral might not be the best strategy for you, but building a community that is engaged with your content and using these kind of posts or things to share, like your client profile, educational content, selling, and asset content, are going to set you apart from the competition and get those people buying from you.